Good morning, students. Today, in this lecture, we will learn about realization of systems in parallel form. In last lecture, we have discussed about realization of continuous time system by using direct form 1, direct form 2, and cascade. So now, let us see about how to realize your system in parallel form, right? So the given transfer function is expressed into its partial fraction, and each factor is realized in direct form 2, and then finally connected in parallel, right? This is the procedure for to realize your system in parallel form. So the first step is by applying the partial fraction method and find out the corresponding factor value, then realize your system in direct form 2. Finally, you place all the sub blocks are connected in parallel. So parallel means common input. Okay, you can get combined output. That is the rule, right? See, first, this is your H of S. Okay, so if H of S is given, you decimate it into number of factors, like H1, H2, H3, and also factor is by using partial fraction method, right? Finally, you place your all the blocks. For example, this is your H1 block, H1. This is H2. Next third block, H3. Okay, so parallel means you have to place like this. Input will be like this, common X of Z. So X of Z is applied to your first system. Take pickup node here and given as input to second system also, and as well as third system also. Okay, finally H1 of Z it produces the output is Y1 of Z. H2 of Z is produce the output is Y2 of Z. H3 of Z is produced the result is Y3. Okay, so now your final output will take care. You just combined all the output value. Okay, you add this value. So here add one added block here. Okay, so this block will connected here. Now again here also add one more added block. Okay, so finally I can get Y of Z. So this is original output Y of Z. So this structure we call it as parallel form structure, right? So first thing is the given transfer function is expressed into partial fraction method, and each factor is realized in direct form 2 method. H1, H2, H3, and all. We follow the procedure. Whatever procedure you followed in direct form 2, no, you followed it here also. But final thing is finally you arrange your blocks in parallel form. So parallel form is you know that. So input should be common for all the subblocks. Final output is taken from addition of all the output, combined output. So that is the rule of parallel form structure. Am I clear? So this is the basic concept of realization of system in parallel form. Okay, let us see this problem. The first problem, H of S which is equal to S into S plus 2 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3, S plus 4. Okay, this is taken equation number 1. Right, this is your given system transfer function. Now we are going to express this function, realize this function in parallel form. So first step will be express your transfer function in partial fraction form. Okay, PFE method, partial fraction expression method. So you know that how to apply the partial fraction method. So H of S which is equal to factor step A by S plus 1 plus B by S plus 3 plus C by S plus 4. Okay, so this is taken on equation number 2. So the first step will be express your transfer function in terms of partial fraction method. Right? Now, A, B, C. So now we are going to find out the value of A, B, C. Right? So you know that how to calculate the A value. So I put here A, which is equal to Ath pole is S plus 1. Isn't it? So I put here S plus 1. I put here S plus 1. Okay, into your H of S. H of S is, look at the slide, H of S. So H of S is S into S plus 2 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3, S plus 4. I write down here. At S equal to, here whatever was fixed now, so you put S plus 1 equal to 0. So S plus 1 equal to 0, S equal to minus 1. So I put here S equal to minus 1. Am I clear right now? Right. So here S plus 1 and S plus 1 should cancel out. Okay, now you substituting this S equal to minus 1 in this transfer function. So what do you get? So instead of S, I put here minus 1. So here I put minus 1. So 2 minus 1, it becomes plus 1. So divided by 2 plus 3. So because here minus 1, substitute here minus 1. So 3 minus 1, it becomes 2. So here when I substitute here minus 1, 4 minus 1 becomes 3. So answer will be minus 1 divided by 6. So minus 1 divided by 6. This is A value. This is A value. Similarly, to calculate for B and C. See, B value is S plus 3. B value is S plus 3. Okay, B value is S plus 3. So here, into your H of S. So H of S is S into S plus 2 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3, S plus 4. At here S plus 3 is that pole. So S plus equal to into 0. So S plus 3 equal to 0, S equal to minus 3. So now at S equal to, I put here S equal to minus 3. So S plus 3 and S plus 3 cancel out. So finally you can get S into S plus 2 divided by S plus 1 into S plus 4. Now substituting S equal to minus 3 in this system transfer function. Now what do you get? Here S equal to minus 3, I substitute here S equal to minus 3. So inside the box you have minus 3 plus 2. So minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. So I put here minus 1 divided by, so here S equal to minus 3. So minus 3 plus 1, minus 2. So in this box I put here minus 3. So 4 minus 3 become 1. So now what do you get? So minus it becomes plus. So 3 into 1, 3 divided by minus 2. So minus 3 by 2. So this is your B value. Similarly, calculate for C value. Okay. So C which is equal to, C pole is what? C pole is here S plus 4. C pole is S plus 4. Okay. Now I substitute this S plus 4 here. So C pole is S plus 4 into your H of S. H of S is S into S plus 2 divided by S plus 1, S plus 3, S plus 4. Okay. At here S plus 4 no pole. So this pole equal to into 0. So now what do you get? S equal to minus 4. So I put here S equal to minus 4. Right. Now here S plus 4 and S plus 4 should cancel out. So then finally you substitute this S value here. So what do you get? So S equal to minus 4, I substitute here minus 4 into, okay, so minus 4 plus 2. So it became minus 2 divided by, so here I put minus 4. So minus 4 plus 1, minus 3. Minus 4 plus 3, minus 1. Right? Now what do you get final result? So minus into minus it become plus. So 4 into 2, 8. So divided by, here also minus into minus it become plus. So 3 into 1, 3. So 8 by 3. So now we calculated A, B, C value. Now you substitute this A, B, C value in above equation number 2. Okay. So in equation number 2 because A value is minus 1 by 6, I substitute here minus 1 by 6 into S plus 1. Next B value is minus 3 by 2, so I substitute here minus 3 by 2 into S plus 3. C value is 8 by 3, so plus 8 by 3 into S plus 4. Now I split up into 3 subtransfer functions. H of S can be split up into 3 subtransfer. So this one is portion is taken down H1 of S. This one I will take down as a H2 of S. This one I will take down as a H3 of S. Okay. So now our given system function, original function, it can be split up into 3 subtransfer functions. Okay. H1, H2 and H3. Right. Now applying the direct form 2 method for each transfer function. Okay. Now you are going to realize your transfer function by using direct form 2. Okay. See, to realize the H of S has, first thing is realize H1 of S, H2 of S, H3 of S, and then connect it in parallel. Okay, let us see one by one. First, I will take down H1 of S. So H1 of S equal to minus 1 by 6 into S plus 1. Okay, so now this term it can be write down like this, isn't it? So H1 of S it can be written like this. That is Y1 of S divided by W1 of S into W1 of S divided by X1 of S. You know that by using direct form 2 method, right? Careful listen. So this method is applicable for series function also. Okay, series form also, direct form 2 form also. Okay, both are same now. So carefully listen here. First thing is Y1 of S divided by W1 of S into W1 of S divided by X1 of S. Here you assign one dummy output. So this dummy output it can act as a dummy input to the next system. Isn't it? Right. Now W1 of S. First I will take out this term. Okay, W1 of S divided by X1 of S. So this is equal to denominator. That is 1 divided by denominator. Don't say it is denominator. Okay, you can say it is 1 divided by denominator. Right? Okay, I split up like into these two terms can be split up into how I will be split means see minus 1 by 6. So minus 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 into S plus 1. Okay, so here first W1 of S divided by S plus 1 which is equal to 1 divided by S1. Sorry, 1 divided by S plus 1. Okay, so this is 1 divided by S plus 1. Now I just cross multiply these two terms. First step will be I take down this one. Okay, what about Y1 of S divided by W1 of S? Y1 of S divided by W1 of S is nothing but minus 1 by 6. Minus 1 by 6. That is this term. Okay, into 1 by S plus 1. Look at here. If you have doubt, any doubt, we just write down here also. Minus 1 by 6 into 1 by S plus 1. 1 by S plus 1. So this is H2. This one is H1. Okay, I will take down. This one is H2 means H2 of S. This one it can act as a H1 of S. Okay, first I raise H2 of S. So H2 of S is called W1 of S divided by X1 of S equal to 1 by S plus 1. I'll take down this one, 1 by S plus 1. Right? So now what will happen? So when you cross multiply these two terms, so S into W1 of S, okay, S into W1 of S plus W1 into W1 of S equal to X1 of S. Okay, so from this equation, you keep it as S into W1 of S as the left hand side. Why I am choosing this part only here means because in our realization block, here you are taking the integrated block. So integrated block means, so this is 1 by S. So this box contains 1 by S. Okay, suppose S into W of S. I put here S into W of W1 of S means given as the input to this block. Apply the input to this block. Your output become, what will happen? This S and this S should be cancelled out. So you can get W1 of S. You can get W1 of S. This is a rule for integrated block. So for integrated block, your input should be write down like this only. Okay, the format should be S into W of S. Okay, am I clear? See, look at this expression. So in this expression, okay, I keep it as S into W1 of S as a left hand side. Because this one here it can act as a input value. Okay, equal to sorry, output value equal to S1 of S. So this W of S when it comes at right hand side it becomes minus. So minus W1 of S. Okay, now you are going to realize this structure. Okay, how to realize this structure? See, first you draw the one single straight line. Isn't it? First I draw the one single straight line. Okay, here I draw one single straight line here. See, one single straight line. Input is X1 of S. Your output is S into W1 of S. Now in this expression, you find out which one it can act as the input and which parameter can act as a output. So here input is X1 of S. Your output is S into W1 of S. Okay, so I draw one single straight line here. Your output part I will take down S into W1 of S. Input part is X1 of S. Okay, now you are connecting the entire block here because first figure is X1 of S. so it can be received here. Okay, you just keep your point here. I just point you just see my pointer location. So this is my pointer location now. So you just see into my pointer location. So in this location, the first signal is it can receive the signal is x1 of s. So straight away it will come here. Okay, next thing is minus w1 of s. Okay, so for minus w1 of s, so here in this purpose I add one integral block at the output side. Okay, 1 by s. So what will happen here? S into w1 of s given as a input to integral block. You can output is you can get w1 of s. Okay, now this w1 of s is given as a input to this adder block. You join this block as a adder block. So okay, here you have side is minus, so I put here minus, amplitude value is constant, multiplier value is 1. So minus 1. Okay, now you check down here. So in this point location, first it receives the signal is x1 of s, and then it receives the signal is minus w1 of s. Okay, minus w1 of s. Okay, am I clear? So this is the first portion is over. Second portion is what? Y1 of s divided by w1 of s, which is equal to minus 1 by 6. So minus 1 by 6 is nothing but 0.166, 0.166. Okay, so I tightened now to take down cross multiply. Okay, what will happen? So y1 of s, which is equal to minus 0.166 into w1 of s. Okay, now you realize this block there. Now you realize this block there. Okay, first thing is y1 of here output is what? Minus 0.116, 0.166 s into w1 of s, right? So see, first I draw one single straight line. Here you find out the input and output. Here now in this question input is w1 of s, output is y1 of s. So I draw single straight line. Okay, first input portion is s into w1 of s, isn't it? So here y1 of s, right? What do you get here? Y1 of s, which is equal to, okay, minus 0.w16 into w of s, not here s. So it means, so here I take down s into w of s. So I add one integral block. Okay, so here constant voltage is 0.166. So now 0.166 into s into w1 of s divided into 1 by s. Now s and s cancel out. So it can receive the signal is minus 0.166 into w1 of s. Okay, now joining these two functions, because direct form 2 means you just combine these two blocks, no? So how to combine these two blocks? See in this line. Okay, so this line is entered with s into w1 of s. So here this portion is s into w1 of s. So both are same. Okay, so I just bring this portion and place it here. I just drag and drop it here. Okay, now these two lines will be connected. Okay, now I I just bring this block here and place it here. So now these two lines will be directly connected because here also s into w1 of s, here also s into w1 of s. Okay, finally I just observe my system. When I observe my system, what will happen? Here s into w1 of s. Here also we have 1 by s block. Here also 1 by s block. Right? So you just take down. Commonly you will take, instead of 2, you will take only 1. It's enough for us. Okay, so I'll take only one integral block here. Okay, so what will happen? One integral block. So here there is the content. So here 1 by 6, here 1 by s. So I take down 1 by s alone. So here in left hand side you have x1 of s added block. So here I put x1 of s added block. Okay, so common point. So common point I will take down here common point. So left hand side from arrow from right to left, here multiplier is minus 1. Here right hand side we have minus 0.166. So I put here minus 1, here minus 0.66. So this will be joined at this adder block. So here no need to connect it because in this block, so it will be received directly y1 of s only. So I take down y1 of s. Okay, y1 of s. Am I clear now? Right? Any doubt here in this block? So once you get clear in this system function, okay, so other two function is also easy because the same procedure only we followed here. Okay, if you have any doubt, again I will redraw it. Okay, if you have any confusion, just see. So here S1 W1 of s I draw here. I just place this block here. Okay, so here I added one added block. Okay, finally Y1 of s, Y1 of s. So instead of s 1 by 6, here I have S into W of S. So here you put one integrated box. So that is 1 by S. Okay. So this 1 by X this will be joined together here. Okay. Because Y1 of S which is equal to minus point W1 of S. Okay. But here in this portion, no need to put the added block because Y1 of S, this one is S in W1 of S means here Y1 of S means, okay, this portion directly apply to the Y1 of S line. So here in this portion, here there is no need to connect added blocks. Okay, you just combine these two blocks. So instead of this 2 1 by S, I connecting 1 by S is enough. So finally I draw here 1 by S. Okay, so input part is X1 of S. I put here input part is X1 of S. Okay, so here you have already you have an added block, so I joined here. So now from this point I split up into two portions. One is -1, constant multiplier is -1, and another one is right hand side you have minus 0.166. So 0.166 minus. Okay, so this block will be connected here. But in this portion, no need to go through the upward direction because it is directly reaches here at to y1 of s. So I put here this line itself I will take down as a y1 of s. Okay, so this is the procedure for to solve the direct sum 2 method for first subtransfer function. Similar way you follow the same procedure for again another two subtransfer function. Let us see how it is happen. Okay, I erase all the drawing. See realization of H2 of S. So realization of H2 of S is minus 3 by H2 of S is minus 3 by 2 into S plus 3. So this is taken from your equation number 1. So S plus 3. This is your subtransfer function, isn't it? So minus 3 by 2, right? So minus 3 2 by 2 is 1.5, I think. Okay. Now listen. First step is H2 of S. It can be split up into two subtransfer function. So one is H2 of S which is equal to y2 of s y2 of s divided by w2 of s. Okay, w2 of s output by input. So into w2 of s divided by x2 of s, x2 of s. Okay, so where w2 should cancel means y2 by x2. This is nothing but h2. Okay, so you take it like this, right? So this is s. Now which is equal to transfer function is minus 3 by 2 into s plus 3. Okay, so first thing is I take down w2 of s divided by x2 of s, which is equal to 1 by s plus 3, which is equal to 1 by s plus 3. What do you get? So this portion equal to, I consider this portion, that is w2 of s divided by x2 of s, which is equal to 1 divided by s plus 3. Okay, now I cross multiply these two terms. What do you get? S into w2 of s, s into w2 of s, because this is second transfer function. So I put here w2 plus 3 into w2 of s, 3 into w2 of s, which is equal to 1 into x2 of s, 1 into x2 of s. Okay, so from this you keep it as input and output as separate side. Okay, so now this portion it can act as your output, because in this system function, okay, so this one it can act as your output of the system. This one it can act as an input. Okay, now what will happen? S into W2 of S is output. So keep it as in left hand side. Okay, so remaining all the terms are shifted into right hand side. So what do you get? So S into W2 of S, S into W2 of S, which is equal to X2 of S, X2 of S minus 3 into W2 of S. Minus 3 into W2 of S. This is taken as equation number 1. Now we are going to realize this equation. Okay, how to realize this equation? Yeah, say first I draw one single statement here. Okay, so left hand side I have taken down as the input, that is S into W2 of S. Sorry, this is output now. So input is X2 of S. So I put here X2 of S. X2 of X as your input. Right hand side you take down as a S into W2 of S. Because here you connected integrated block now. So for the integrated block, your input should be taken down like this format only, S into W of S. Then only the S and S will be cancelled. Okay. Now finish it. Now first you check down it. S into W of S. So keep your point here. Right? So in this question, first this is the signal is X2 of S. Yeah, directly our X2 of S is received here. Second thing is minus S into W of S. So for instead of this one only, here I put added block. Why I put added block? Because here our input is added with another one variable also. That is fast output also. Okay. So for that I added here one added block here. Right. So now I take pickup node here. I connected one integrated block, that is 1 by S. 1 by S. Okay. So for this in this position, what do you get? So S into W of S. Okay. Into 1 by S. So S and S cancel out. Your output should be in this point at W2 of S. W2 of S. Okay. Now take the arrow bar here. You put multiply term. Here multiply is minus 3. So I put here minus 3. Okay. This minus 3 into W2 of S is add with X2 of S. No. So I put here a one box. Then I vary between these two. So finally I can get this structure. S into W2 of S, which is equal to X2 of S minus 3 into W2 of S. Okay. This is the block there. Now am I clear? Right? So next thing is second step. Second step will be Y2 of S divided by W2 of S. So this will be equal to minus 3 by 2. So this will be equal to minus 3 by 2. Isn't it? I erase this content. I erase all this diagram. Okay. So similarly for second portion. For second portion, what do you get? Minus 3 by 2 no? So second portion I will draw here. Okay, second portion. So second portion is Y of S, that is Y2 of S divided by W2 of S, which is equal to minus 3 by 2. So already we take down 1 by S plus 3 outside now. So now it have minus 3 by 2. So minus 3 by 2 is nothing but minus 1.5. Minus 1.5. Now just cross multiply these two terms. What you get? Here Y2 of S, denominator term is 1. So 1 into Y2 of S, it become Y2 of S. Okay. So which is equal to minus 1.5 into W2 of S. Into W2 of S. Now you are going to realize this equation. Before realizing, you just draw one single straight line. So which one is identify which one is input and which one is you take it as the output. So in this equation, Y2 of S is your output. Y2 of S is output. Okay, this portion is Y2 of S. Okay, so input is W2 of S. So for that side, so I take out this is W2 of S. So W2 of S. So for this purpose, so here already you take down S into W2 of S. So here I take down S into W2 of S. Then only you can get the W2 of S, no? So S into W2 of S. So in this portion, I add one integrated block. That is 1 by S. Integrated means 1 by S. Now your final output should be S and S cancel out. So here in this portion, you get the signal is W2 of S. Okay. But here you add one multiplier. Your multiplier is minus 1.5. So minus 1.5. Okay. So if you connect any added block, you go, you bring this line to the bring this line and join with the added block. But here there is no need for to place this added block here, right? Because we get only the minus 1.5 to W2 of S only. So for this purpose, what I do means, okay. So in this portion, so this portion itself, I'll take that as a output line. So this output portion is what I get. So this one is y2 of s, y2 of s. Okay, so already I draw one diagram. So now I will draw the second diagram. Okay, now I just bring down and join these two lines, because in the previous diagram also your output is s into w2 of s. You have the one line. So here also you have s into w2 of s. So I just bring this diagram and place it here. Okay, what will happen? Here also s into w2 of s. So here also s into w2 of s. So I just bring this two terms. So what will happen? Now we have having two integrated blocks. So instead of two, I add only one. Okay, so this is your final diagram. This is your final realization. Okay, for each one you have to draw four diagrams. First is w2 of s divided by x2 of s. First diagram. Second diagram is y2 of s divided by w of s. Okay, a third diagram is you just combine these two blocks. Okay, final diagram is you replace one integrated block, common integrated block, right? Two common integrated blocks is available means you just break down one as one is enough. Okay, suppose if four will be available, you remove the two and two block will be enough. Okay, likewise you have to choose your common integrated block. So here we have two integrated blocks are available. So instead of this, I take down only one integrated block. So in this portion, I just split up into two sides. Okay, common equal half, right? So left hand side, what you get? Already you put -3 here. Right hand side here you have constant matrix minus 1.5. So I put here minus 1.5. So here this is your output portion. So finally you write down this one is x2 of s means this one is y2 of s. So this one is x2 of s means this one is y2 of s, because this is actual input, this is actual output. Am I clear? So this is where you have to follow the all the realization structure for subtransfer function. Okay. Similarly for realization of H3 of s, so I draw it here also. So H3 of s is H3 of s is what? H3, that is 8 by 3 into s plus 4. So 1 by s plus 4, that is take down as a 1 by s plus 4. 1 by s plus 4 is w2 of s divided by x2 of s, which is equal to 1 by s plus 4. So for this you get diagram like this, and right hand side 1 by 4. So that is 8 by 3. So 8 by 3 is y2 of s, which is equal to y2 of s divided by w2 of s, which is equal to 8 by 3. So 8 by 3 is 2.606. To draw a diagram like this. So this is your final realization structure. Okay, so just work it out in your notebook. Right now, the realization of h of s is given by. Okay, already find out all the realization structure now. You just place it here. First, I place it in the h1 of s here. Okay, next I place down h2 of s. Okay, h2 of s. And the third I place down h3 of s. Okay, what do you get? So original output is x of s. Original output is y of s. Okay, so first I take that as a y of s as a given input to the first system transfer function. Okay, here in this point itself, I'll take the common point and given as a second transfer function and the third transfer function. Okay, finally, here it produces output is y1 of s. So I add one added block here. Here plus y2 of s. So here I add one more added block. Here plus y3 of s. Okay, this is equal to y of s. It means y of s equal to y1 of s plus y2 of s plus y3 of s. So combined output. So parallel concept is input is common to for all the subtransfer function. Your output is combined output. Okay, for each subtransfer function. Okay, that is y1 of s plus y2 of s plus y3 of s. So this is the realization structure for parallel form. Realization structure for parallel form. Within this, I conclude my topic. So read it is getting over by this topic. Okay. If you have any doubt for to realize your parallel form structure,